Thank you, Madam Speaker, for this opportunity to participate in this debate on the joyous occasion of the nation commemorating 150 years of Vande Mataram. In the history of our nation, Vande Mataram is not just any patriotic song. It is the spark that ignited our freedom struggle. It is the mantra that awakened millions to national duty. It was the clarion call that inspired millions of masses to aspire for freedom and independence, gave them the confidence and courage to act on this confidence, this awakening, and gave the strength to refine civilizational strength and confidence. The song Vande Mataram was set to tune in Rag Desh, only natural because the song was synonymous with the country. And this Vande Mataram united the nation by uniting people from all over the country across our diversities. It echoed in the prisons, it walked with the satyagrahis, it gave confidence to those freedom fighters who entered the gallows. Few songs in world history, madam, have moved so many people, united so many people towards one unifying cause like Vande Mataram did. But it is unfortunate that a song that occupied such a pristine place in this country's history was divided, was cut into two portions, was truncated because a section of communal leadership in the country thought that the song did not accede to their religious sentiments. The Muslim League's objections began way before independence. OICG was making a speech which was about the constitution and its repercussions after independence. But the thought, the principle that opposed Vande Mataram started way before independence. And in 1937, the Congress leadership of that day, led by Pandit Nehru, surrendered to this demands of the sectarian leadership and truncated Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram was cut into, truncated in 1937, and because of this surrendering principle, because of this political cowardice, India was cut into in 1947, India was cut into two. The same principle that went into truncation of Vande Mataram in 1937 led to the partition of India a century later in 1947. It was not accommodation, it was appeasement. It was not secularism, it was political surrender to communalism. Madam Speaker, Baba Saheb Ambedkar understood the pitfalls of following this principle of appeasement. And in his seminal work, Thoughts on Pakistan, he makes this very important observation, the difference between appeasement and settlement. He says this: it seems to me that the Congress has failed to realize two things. The first thing which the Congress has failed to realize is the fact that there is a difference between appeasement and settlement, and the difference is an essential one. Appeasement means to offer to buy off the aggressor by collaborating with him in the rape, murder, and arson on innocent Hindus who happened for the moment to be the victims of his displeasure. On the other hand, settlement means laying down the bounds which neither party to it can transgress. Appeasement sets no limits to the demands and aspirations of the aggressor. Settlement does. The second thing the Congress has failed to realize is that the policy of concession has increased their aggressiveness, and what is worse, the Muslims interpret these concessions as a sign of defeatism on the part of the Hindus and the absence of their will to resist. This policy of appeasement will involve the Hindus in the same fearful situation in which the Allies found themselves as a result of the policy of appeasement which they adopted towards Hitler. This was what Baba Saheb Ambedkar said. But the Congress party neither learnt a lesson then nor learnt a lesson today. This morning, Priyanka Gandhi ji, the honorable member, was asking, why are we debating this today when there are so many other contemporary issues to debate about? The reason why we are debating Vande Mataram and its history today is because the country, and especially the present generation, has to resolve that we will not make the mistakes of the past, so that the future will not repeat the same mistake that the past did. The concession that the Congress party did with 1937 with Vande Mataram became a pattern, compromising cultural identity, compromising cultural confidence, to compromising the borders of the country. The same mindset carried later into independence, post-era independence, into governance and independence. Appeasement became the political instinct of the Congress party, to a point where it became the mainstay, the template that all so-called secular parties of this country follow. And what is this template? Speaker, sir, the same mentality that agreed to truncate the Vande Mataram is the same mentality that opposed the Shabano verdict of the Supreme Court and overturned the Supreme Court judgment. It is the same mentality. The same mentality that opposed Vande Mataram was the same mentality that banned books and films because it would hurt a section of the minorities. वो वही मानसिकता थे जो वंदे मातरम को अपोज किए थे, वही मानसिकता था जो राम जन्मभूमि आंदोलन को विरोध किया. It was the same mentality that supported Bata House encounter by calling it fake. It's the same mentality that opposed the decriminalization of triple talaq. It is the same mentality that even today opposes uniform civil code in the country. It is the same mentality that opposed Vande Mataram, that continue to oppose Article 370's abrogation. The same mentality that advocated for partitioning of Vande Mataram, that led to the eventual partition of the country, is the same mentality that even today supports, that is anti-CAA and does not support NRC in the country. It is the same mentality that is opposing SIR in the country. It is the same mentality that even today says that Public Places of Worship Act should not be revisited. It is the same mentality that is even today present in organizations like the All India Muslim Personal Law Board and Jamaat-e-Islami, who even today oppose Vande Mataram. अध्यक्ष जी, आज भी कांग्रेस पार्टी के कई सारे ऐसा नेता है जो वंदे मातरम के खिलाफ बयान देते हैं, and even today the Congress party's leadership has not shown the spine to condemn such statements. This is the continuity of appeasement policy of the Congress party that has caused this, it has been the template of secular politics in this country. Speaker, sir, what we have learned from history is that if you yield an inch to the aggressor, he will reach for a province. If you give him a province, he will reach for the nation. This was the template that led to the partitioning of the country. The lesson the country must learn while commemorating 150 years of Vande Mataram celebration is never again, we will not yield an inch more to aggressors and appeasers. We will not yield another thought, another inch of land for those who think appeasement is the template of secular and accommodative politics in the country. Adhyakji, the lesson the country needs to learn today is that the country cannot place religion above the republic. The speeches of Asaduddin Owaisi ji and other members of the opposition made only one point, that they will always place, this was their assertion, that they will always place Mazhab over Desh. I want to tell them that this generation and the future generation of the country have learnt its lessons from the past. Desh will always be above Mazhab, and this is the resolve of this country. The constitution will always be above sectarian personal laws. The country's constitution will always be placed above Sharia. This is the message that the constitution and the parliament is giving in one note today. That the country is above creed, that appeasement creates division and not unity, that appeasement will only buy you temporary peace and not permanent integration, that constitution must be above religious commands. Adhyakji, as the country today is celebrating 150 years of the Vande Mataram, we must remember the great words of the Rishi Bankim Chandraji, who gave before us the conceptualization of Ma Bharati as Durga, as Saraswati, and as Lakshmi. Today, under the leadership of our Prime Minister, the country has emerged as the fourth largest economy in the world and is on the way to becoming the third largest economy. The blessings of the bountiful land of this, the blessings of Ma Lakshmi is ever present on this bountiful, prosperous land of this country. The blessings of Ma Durga is always present in the Kshatriya spirit of this country, whether it is in Operation Sindoor or whether it is in surgical strikes against our enemies. The country will give a strong response for those who try to object her, those who try to belittle her. In today's age of knowledge-based economies, where the world is hurtling towards new changes through technologies like artificial intelligence, quantum computing, India will also show global leadership because the blessings of Ma Saraswati is always on this country. This country will emerge as the Vishwa Guru of the world by imbibing the qualities of Durga, of Lakshmi and Saraswati, and that will be the tribute the country will give to the great Rishi Bankim Chandra, who gave this country the clarion call of Vande Mataram. Thank you so much, Adhyakji. Bahut bahut dhanyawad.
Thank you.
Vande Mataram.
Thank you.